Good morning, it's Billy with Real Time Custom Rods. Real Time Fishing's not on the water today, but we are gearing up with our custom rods these days. It's something I started doing a few months ago and actually really enjoy this. And I'm going to show you the latest I've got going. This one is actually for my grandson. This is a snakeskin wrap with gold trim, and we put a few snakeskin wraps on the cork handle in two places, and I covered all that in polyurethane. So he's looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting him on the water and catching a big old trout or something with that, or a redfish. A couple of other rods I've got going, just to give you kind of a walk through my progression. I started out all this by taking a online course through a company that offers this stuff. And this was the very first rod I did. Very simple, it's a nice rod. It's got a simple bands on it, some silver, band around my name and whatnot. You look back, you see a lot of things you wouldn't even turn over to a customer now. But for my very first rod, I'm kind of proud of that. It wasn't so bad. The guides aren't lined up perfectly, but they work good. It casts good. I fished with it several times. And moving along, this is another rod I did, just very simple. Again, I'm almost practicing when I did these. This was the second rod I actually did. And it's got very simple, pink, blue, silver, and black bands. Then I came just around it with a very simple pink cross pattern. This is my wife's rod. So just something to kind of make it look feminine, if you will, the pink wraps with light blue. And the next one I did was one just for me, very simple. This is a medium light, heavy, or fast. Again, simple maroon and black are some of my favorite colors. Simple bands, nothing too fancy about it. Again, I'm still learning, but I was really learning when I did this one. Then I got bold. I started watching some YouTube channels, and I tried to do some chevron wraps. This was the very first, attempt that I actually put on a rod. And I practiced on some practice rods many times and couldn't quite get it right. This probably took me as much study, if you will, and learning as anything I did, trying to learn how to cross wrap, how to lay it out, count your bands, everything. There's just a little bit to that, and I can see a lot of mistakes I did on this one. It looks okay, but the chevron never quite took place because of the way I wrapped it. This one is actually another chevron. I did learn how to do it eventually. And this is for my other son-in-law, and it's a Carolina theme. He's a Carolina guy. And it's got, of course, the blue, black, and some silver bands on it. And this cap, I got him a fishing reel to put on it. And he's going to actually get that tomorrow, believe it or not. And the next one was for a paying client, my very first really client. Again, another chevron. You can see the chevron starting to take place. I've learned how to do it. Takes my time when I do it. Lady's getting this for fiance for his birthday that's coming up. Very nice. She wanted a new reel for him. I got him a Penn Battle 3 2500. This is ideal for that. It's a very nice rod. Everything's lined up. I finally feel comfortable enough to be doing this kind of detail with a paying client, if you will. Here's one. Okay, so some other stuff I'm doing. I'm trying to step out of my box a little bit. This is a total practice rod, an old Walmart rod I had laying around from years ago. And I've done a chevron with some brighter colors. And you can see the chevron taking place. Of course, on the rod, you'd only see this much of it. This is where I tied it off and started it. These are the things I really enjoy doing. All my line, my strings got nice and tight, and chevrons actually taking place like it should. So I'm learning. So anyway, you may be thinking a lot of this stuff is going to cost a lot of money, and you can get them, like I showed you, as simple as you want them or as elaborate as you want it, I guess is the right word. But to be honest with you, custom rods aren't as expensive as you may think. I bought a name brand, really nice rod. Wasn't their top of the line rod, but it was a nice rod. And I paid what I thought was good money for it. And then once I got into this, I thought, well, heck, I can build a rod for a little bit less than that and sell it to somebody a little bit less than that, and they'll have a better rod. I'm not going to get into all the details what the advantages of a custom rod versus a store-bought, but I will say this. Store-bought rods are made for one reason, that's to sell. They look good on the rack at the box store or wherever, and they make them hundreds if not thousands at the time. They're mass-produced, whereas the rods I do are one at the time. The rods any custom guy does are one at the time. So for the kind of money, if you're a true fisherman and the kind of money that you would spend on a decent rod, you can have a custom rod. It can be personalized to you. You can have one for trout fishing. You can have an all-around. You can have a little bit heavier rod for maybe red fishing, maybe a little bit stiffer action, maybe an extra fast action for some top water, so you can work that skidder V or whatever as you want to. It's all customized to you, and it's not as expensive as you may think. So I would encourage you to do that and give me a call. This is Billy, Real Time Custom Rods. And when we get time to get back out on the water, we're going to be real time fishing also. And give me a call, 252-229-5572. Also, I'm in New Bern, North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina, and I can ship rods anywhere you want to go. If you're within about an hour, I can meet you and deliver it to you. Because shipping on a rod can be a little expensive. But give me a call. Love to hear from you.